Design now. We need to make this right here look like this. You understand it now? So if you are looking at this, what are the qualities of this particular element here? I need everybody to speak out now. Because if you do not tell me this, there's no way I can move on. So you can probably text it in the chat. If you look at this publish that is here, what are the qualities, physical qualities, things that you can see? Start yourself. Go ahead. Okay, the text color. Okay, that's the text color. Okay, good. Padding and match. Okay, good. What else? Both edges, good. Then also the background, so blue. Now, those things are things that you need to put in mind. So, since the background is blue, you know that the background of this particular element has to be what? Blue. So that is why, what is the element name? The element name is what? PUB. That's the ID. So, but we should give it a class. That's why I was confused before. Give a class name instead. Now, because it is an ID, it was a class name of what? PUB. How do you call this? That's what? Dot PUB, right? Now, for your pub, that's your publish, short of your publish, is under where? Buttons, BTNs. So you have to know the whole reference this particular div tag first before you want to go into this word PUB. Now, how do you do that? All you have to do is do your dot BTNs, right? Dot PUB. Do you understand it now? So you go ahead and give it a background color, first of all. Why are you giving this background color? You're giving this background color because that is the background color of this. So if you check it out now, you have blue. Because you're giving it that background color. That's the first step. Now, the next step is what? Is the color. The color here is what? White. So we have to change the color to what? White. So for us to do that, all you have to do is what? Say what? Color of what? So let's say white. So now if you check it out, it is now white from black. The next thing again is that what, as you can see, there are spaces around it here. But the spaces left and right are more than the space top and bottom. You understand it now? So all we have to do is give it a space top and bottom and left and right. So I'm going to give it top and bottom 0.5 rem, left and right 1 rem. So how do you do that? All I have to do is go ahead and say padding. I'm going to say 0.5 rem for top and bottom. Let's say 0.8 rem for left and right. Now, if you go ahead and check it out now, you should have something that looks like it. Do you understand it now? Now, this is basically what it's saying. Now, if you also look at this, you can see that it has curved edges, right? Now, these curved edges are going to be cut by what? By using your border radius to make it curved. So now, if you use border radius, I can say border radius of 10 pixels. I'm going to say border radius of 5 pixels. 10 pixels is too much. 5 pixels. Now, if you check it out now, you should have those curved edges. But there's another problem here. You have borders around it, around this one here. But in this case, it is plain, no borders. But right here, you can still see the borders. You have to remove these borders. And how do you use it? You use your border of what? Node to give it. You know, if you say border of 2 pixels, you see solid lines. So if you say border of node, you are trying to say, okay, I want to eradicate the border. You understand it now? I want to eradicate the border inside of this place. So now if I say border of node, I no longer have the borders. So now it looks like this. Almost like it looks like it. Huh? We've not done view yet. Sorry? Oh, have you done select? Have you explored select? That's why. So there's a select tag. So select tag allows you. I think you were here when we did the select, but probably that was your first day. Abi, I think it was stable with that day. Okay. So select is saying that okay, you are trying to like create a group of elements to select certain things from. So for instance, if you want users to be able to select their favorite car, you can use the select tag and give it options. So that they can now select their favorite car from the group of the select tag that you give it to them. No, this is it. You have a select tag like this. Now in this select tag, you can now give it options. So option one, let's say you're talking about car, right? BMW, right? You get it option two, we're talking about what Benz. Option three, might be talking about what Ford Mustang. Let's just say Ford. Now, these are what options in the select tab. So if you check it out now, you should have the what? Can you see? Select drop down menu. So that's what we did here. But in this case, we have just two options. What are the two options? Published and what? Make a draft. Yes, possible. I can decide to remove this one like this now. You should see just published. I can also decide to say, oh, okay, what I'm going to have is just make a draft. And then what we see is what make a draft. You understand it now? So that's that about that. Okay. So now giving the border outline. After giving the border outline, there's a problem again. When you click on this thing, and then it come up like so. Let's say I just want to click on it. Do you see this line outside here? That's called an outline. So we need to remove this outline also because when we do the same thing here, we don't have that line. No. So we can also do the same thing, give it an outline of none. So now if you check it out now, so now you no longer have the outline. I see. So now you'll be able to work on the first part of this selector. The next one is what working on this one, which is this one here. Do you understand this? Dashan, is it clear to you now? All right. So set is clear to you. Now let me explain the next part. The next part now is this option. Now, one thing that one thing I like to do is that I like to run away from select styles and options because they are very hard to style. Now, what am I saying? Yes, you style this particular one that is here now. Now you have to style this one also. Looking at this place now, this one is automatically taking the style of this one. But we don't want that. We want to give it its own style. So how do we do that? We can just go ahead and go to your so let's say we go to so we have dot btns, right? Dot pv, right? So we can give it option. Now we cannot give it a background of what? Background color of white. So now if you go back and you check this out now, you should have a background color of white. Can you see it? But now there's another problem. It's always going to be a problem. And what's the problem? Can you see that? First of all, the color here, what's the color? This is black, right? Let's give it that color of black. But now, whenever you over on it, it's not changing to blue. You understand that? We don't want this. What we want is that what first of all, we need to change the color to black. So now, if you change to black, okay, good. So now we have black. So anyone that is selected is going to have this. Now, but I'm not going to go further yet because this is now more like a, let's say, more functionality. So I don't want to go into functionality because whenever I select make a draft, note what happened. Which one is now having that background of blue now? Make a draft, right? Whenever I select published, which one is going to have the background of blue? Published. That's functionality already. So we're not going to go into it because I don't want to. I have a target for today that I want to meet. So I don't want us like now start going over something that we're not even supposed to for over 2 hours. No, that's not what we're going to do today. But first of all, do we understand how drop downs are gotten now? Is it clear to us? Is it clear to us? Please. So that before we move on. Okay, so I'm not hearing yes, I'm not hearing no. Looks like it's not clear, or looks like it is clear. You're still thinking about it. Is it clear or not? All right, but when you make up your mind, please let me know. So now you have this, as you can see, you also have this outline in the options. Can you see it? Can you see this outline in the options? We need to remove that also, the border and the outlines. So how do we do it? All you have to do is say, I'm just going to copy this to here and paste it there also. That's it. Then I'm also going to do the same thing for this padding and paste it in the option. I think we should be done with everything options. Okay, we are not, so I do not think it is working. So I don't think it's going to work. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see if let me check something. See if it's going to modify it. Okay. All right, so I'm actually checking to see if this outline, I give it an outline of none and border of none. Now it's telling me that border of none may not have effect in most browsers as border of option element is typically controlled by the select. So for us to be able to do this, we have to be able to like use the select, that's the border, which you already did. So I don't know why I'm still having that border. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So I'm trying to remove the border on the even on the option also. But now, problem is I already removed the border on the select. So it's not supposed to happen on the option. So now I'm not trying to like check why it is happening on the option. So it's still giving me the same result that I did then. So it's saying consider styling. See, consider styling. Just look at this case. Consider styling the parent select instead for more consistent result, which you have already done. So let us just leave it. I do not think it is going to work. Okay, let's leave this. It's not important for now. All right. So now we've been able to get our published, at least up to an aspect, we've been able to get our published. So the next thing I'll be talking about now is our view, right? We'll talk about view and we're able to style view more. So I'm going to pause the recording here and give us time to write these codes. And then when we come back, we'll talk more on